Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. So in this lesson, I want to explain to you how you can still solve quadratic equation without using formula or without using completing square method. So in this lesson, you will know how to factorize from A to Z, from zero to hero. So guys, let's kick back to the question. So here we have that if you find the smaller value of x that satisfy the equation x squared plus 7x plus 10 that satisfy the equation. That is the minimum value of x that satisfy the equation. So at the end of the day, we are going to know, see the minimum value that satisfy the equation. So now, in factorization, you look at the two possible values that when you add together, they are going to give you the middle 10. And when you multiply, you're going to have the last 10. What do I mean in this equation? This is first 10, this is first 10, this is second 10, and this is third 10. So if I'm calling first, third, don't be confused. I mean the middle and the last. So now, in factorization, you look at the two possible values that when you add together, you're going to have the middle 10, and when you multiply, you're going to have the last 10. So now, in this equation here, the two possible values that you're going to have. So when you have any equation, try to find the multiples of the last 10. What do I mean by the multiples? That is what you are going to multiply together to get the last 10. So now our last 10 here is 10. So what are the numbers that when we are going to multiply to have 10? Let's say 1 times 10 is what? Is 10. 2 times 10 is what? Is 20. So no. So 2 times 5 is what? Is 10 as well. So these are the only multiples of what? And 5 times 2 is what? Is 10. So these are the only multiples of what? Multiples of 10. So now, since you know that these are the multiples of 10, always find the multiples of the last 10. After you find the multiples of the last 10, then try to do what? Try to, when you find the multiples of the last 10, then try to do what? Try to add them together. Try to add those multiples together to have your middle 10. If you have the middle 10, which means those two factors are the two numbers that when you add, you're going to have the middle 10, and when you multiply, you're going to have the last 10. So here too, let's try to do that. 1 plus 10 is 10. It's 11, which means it's not what we are targeting. That will not give you 7. But 2 plus 5 is what? Is 7. So which means it has satisfied. 5 plus 2, that gives us 7 as well. So we can either use 2 plus 5 or we can use 5 plus what? 2. These are two factors that when you add, you're going to have the middle 10, and when you multiply, you're going to have the last 10. So always check multiples of the last 10. Okay, always do that. Check the multiples of the last 10. What you're going to multiply. For example, when you have equation like this, x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. In this equation here, we check the multiples of 9. 1 times 9 is what? Is 9. 2 times 3 is not, it's not 9. But 3 times 3 is what? Is 9. And what again? 9 times 1 is what? Is 9. So now, all those multiples of 9, multiples of 9 here, what you are going to multiply, that will give you 9. So 9 times 9, 9 plus 9, 1 plus 9 is 10. That is not the factor, because when you add it, you're not going to have this. 3 times 3 is 9, which means definitely is the factor. When you add, you're going to have the middle 10, which is 6. Here, 9 plus 1 is 9, which means it's not going to give you. So now this is what we are going to choose as our factor. When you multiply this, you're going to have 9, and when you add it, you're going to have the middle 10. So that is how to factor. So when that has been done, so once we are choosing this, we can either choose this or you can choose, because all of them satisfy. So okay, so let's choose 2 times what? Times 5, which means that is 2x plus what? 5x is the same thing as what? 7x. So where we see 7x, we are going to put what? 2 plus 5x. So that is x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10. That gives us what? 0. So now, since we have done this, the next step is to do what? You insert your bracket, that is 2 2. After inserting your bracket, you find the highest common multiple. Sorry, the highest common factor in each of the brackets. So the highest common factor in the first bracket, let's say, is what? Is x. X squared divided by x. This is the same thing as x times what? X dividing x. X will cancel one x. You're going to have only what? One x. So 2x dividing x, this will give us what? 2. So which means x is the highest common factor. So we take it outside. So here we are going to have only x, then we have 2 plus, then here the highest common factor is what? Is 5, because 5x divided by 5 is x. So 5 outside, we have x. So 10 divided by 5 will give us 2. Take note, in factorization, the two bracket must be the same. The two bracket must be the same. If you don't have the two bracket the same, then you're wrong. From here, you don't have to go further, because even if you continue solving it, you still have the wrong answer. So don't waste your time. Once you're having different brackets, that shows that you're wrong. You go back and start again. So here we are correct. So after we know that we are correct, we're now going to insert a bigger bracket, which means from here you discover that since 2x plus 2 and x plus 2 are the same, we decide to take them outside. So we have 2x plus 2. So what is remaining in inside here is x and 5. So we'll use it to form the second bracket. So now with here with here we can just say that either x is equal to, sorry, either the first equation, first bracket, which is x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x plus 5 is equal to 0. So now x is equal to minus 2, or x is equal to minus 5. So but with that, the question say we should find the minimum value of x, that is the smaller value of x that can satisfy the equation. So the smaller value of x here is what? Is minus 5. Why? If you're owing somebody, if you're owing somebody 5,000, and another person that is owing somebody 2,000, the person who is owing somebody 2,000 is richer than somebody who is owing somebody 5,000. So in mathematics, minus sign shows that that thing does not belong to you. So which means if somebody is owing 5 and somebody who is owing 2, this person that is owing 5 is richer than the person that is owing 2. Okay, so minus 2 is greater than minus what? Minus 5. Minus 1,000 is greater than minus 1,000,000. Minus 1,000,000 is greater than minus 1,000,000,000. That is how it is. So the smaller minus sign number is greater than the bigger minus sign number. Okay, so minus 5 is the least number here. So let's check it from this equation whether it satisfies. That is x squared plus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. Where you see x, put minus 5 squared, then here minus 5, sorry, 7 times minus 5 plus what? 10 is equal to 0. Minus 5 squared is 25, right? So that is minus 25. Sorry, not minus 25, is positive 25. So plus is 7 times minus 5, that gives us minus 35 plus 10. So 25 plus 10, that gives us 35, minus 35, that gives us 0. So this has satisfied the equation. So this is how to solve quadratic equation without using formula. So if you understand, please turn on the notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that you can follow more of this whenever I drop a video like this. Love you all.